Last one for the night. You know, what is wrong with the men of the world? Because it seems like that we are becoming the abused and not the abuser. You see more that now that women are abusing men.
In what way? Like
physically abusing men. Now, is that because of the fear that if we touch you, we automatically go to jail, or what really is it? Where is the aggressiveness coming? Because I'm taught not to hit a woman, and that's great, and I'm not going to hit a woman. However, women are not taught the same. Women are taught to defend themselves, or taught to be. If you have to get aggressive, you gotta get aggressive. And what do you do if your lady hits you with a foreign object? If you touch her, you're going to jail.
He took a wrestling reference.
Well, here's the thing with that. I mean, I think in 2012, when you look back at history and you look at the way it's always been men battering women, and that's what we all see. But you got a new generation of women who came up at a time where they wasn't going for it, and they are a lot more stronger mentally and a lot more stronger physically than maybe they have been in past generations, where they're no longer sitting back and allowing that nonsense to go on.
Thank you.
Personally, I don't think that you should be putting your hands on anybody, male or female, in any way that is not directly considered loving by both parties. I'll just put that right out there. But for the guy that's getting that ass beat by his lady, it's a reason for it.
Exactly.
I don't think that there's a reason for a man to beat a woman. There's never a reason for that. But I think that by the way that typically men and women think, I don't see a woman, just as a general rule, and of course there's some individuals that's crazy as hell, but as a general rule, you're not going to find a lady that's just going to go out and start beating on a man. She got a reason for it. Probably because he's doing something crazy to her. Maybe he's talking slick to her. Doesn't mean that she needs to put her hands on him, but that's her response. It's never appropriate, to directly address your point. It's never appropriate, ever. Whether it be your hands, Grizz, or a foreign object, to use, Big Rube's analogy. It's never a time for it.
Like, physically accosting anybody, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, Marcus J. I think it's, whether it's male or female, it shouldn't be done. Because men have, for the history of time, been accused of or have been convicted of, putting hands on a female, and that's all the way wrong. That's just totally wrong. Let me get that straight first. Women nowadays, you got to understand that, yes, you can do it like men, but you can't. It's just not a good look, first of all, for anybody to be doing that. I've seen women literally handle their business and go to town on a dude and end up on the losing end of the battle. I mean, they got their shots in, but they lost. And the more of the story is, there's other ways to diffuse a situation than putting hands on one another. That goes for male or female.
I'll admit, I was in high school, and there was this one girl.
You seen some?
She could batter me because of the simple fact I was scared of her.
Who was it?
I can't tell you her name.
All right.
I can't tell you her name. But my brother used her as an enforcer on me, and I'll never forgive my brother for that. But I understand how men can be intimidated by women.
Man, hold on.
Because this girl threw the shot put for the track team, and like I said, she was bigger than me.
I think I saw her last night.
You might have.
No, the other night.
But I was kind of intimidated and scared of her. Now I'm a little bit swoller than what I was in high school. So I'm not gonna be as scared. But yeah, I understand.
I never say scared, but go ahead.
I mean, I agree. No one should ever put their hands on anyone. I mean, and I'm gonna disagree with Marcus J. She may be putting her hands on him for whatever reason. There's no reason that's a good reason, because once again, if she put her hands on a dude one too many times, he might snap, and that's a bad day, and then he's in jail, because nobody believes that women beat up on dudes. But it happens more than people think.
It does. It does. It's one of those crimes that is not very reported because of the embarrassment factor
stigma
of the guy, getting that ass beat by his lady
Yeah.
and not wanting to report it. He'd rather go ahead and kind of hold on to that one and not, make that phone call to the 911
Yeah.
and bring in two dudes who's going to look at him like, this dude done got his ass beat by his lady. So in all seriousness, I think that might be part of it. I agree. And, I don't think we're disagreeing. I think we're actually, because you started by saying you disagree with me, I think we are actually agreeing. It does go underreported because of the stigma.
And I like to take this chance to, look, don't abuse anybody mentally, physically, or emotionally. Look, if you can't talk it out, then y'all just need to go somewhere else. Because abuse is abuse. It is never cool, regardless of how you do it.
Burn one.
That's what I'm going to say. This is the Fishbowl for tonight. I like to thank everybody who made comments. I like to thank 3 people in the house for giving their opinion. And you know what? If everybody likes Fishbowl, it may come back. It may not. Doesn't really, we'll see how it goes.
Let them know.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Thank you for everybody that's still listening to us. We see y'all on the Facebook page. We see all the love that we get, and feel free to actually comment on something on the show, and we'll definitely get your comment on the air. If you want to call us up in future shows, 804-447-0601. Locked it in your cell phone. Holler at us at another time. We're about to take the final break. It's going to be very brief because we need to get into the rants and the closings, and as usual, you ain't going to want to miss this one. Marcus J. No half step. Be back in a minute.